Hi everyone. So I thought I'd start doing like a regular video development blogs here for this skateboarding game project that I've been posting up asking for a name for it, right? So I'm going to create a thread in the work in progress forum now because I am moving forward on development with it. So last week we saw the skateboard. It was done with all of the PBR materials, and here it is in the Unity scene as placeholder artwork on the bottom that I've got to take the time to illustrate some kind of cool design for the bottom. But the skateboard's pretty much ready to go, ready to ride. And then the next video that I put up were her shoes, which are also um, done and ready to go. These are interchangeable outfits. So the mesh underneath her skin or whatever here is not deleted underneath. Everything's been modeled to basically fit this character and everything. This is what she's looking like so far in the Unity viewport, but she is a work in progress. As you can see here, her face looks quite a bit red, and then the rest of her body kind of looks yellowish. That's because she's not done. I did about 10% of her texture in Substance Painter, and I just started focusing on painting the warm and cool zones in Substance Painter, and I never got down to the lower extremities here on her arms and her legs. So she has no fingernails or like reddened knuckles or anything. But in Substance, she's got a pretty cool base skin texture that looks pretty good. It comes with these moles already kind of built in it. They look black here, but I'm going to have to work on that. That might be because there's no metallic map, I think, going on for this quite yet. So in Substance Painter, this is what she looks like. There shouldn't be any not safe for work type stuff here. She has no real anatomy or anything here. But you can see where I started to put these layers on, and she looks really creepy here. But you have the cool zones, which are like these bluish purple greenish areas, and then you have the warm zones, and that's what she looks like without the warm zones. So I can totally tweak and adjust the values on those in the opacity. I'm just going to work my way down and finish painting the rest of her body, her skin and everything. And then I'm going to go inside of Mudbox, and I have to fix some of the AO there. She's pretty low poly, and the AO in Substance here had some baking issues, and honestly I think I'm just going to bake the AO in Maya or 3D Studio Max and just work with it there. So that's Substance. And then in Mudbox today, this was the high poly. You can see the wireframe on here is pretty dense. This was the high poly sculpt of her shirt that you can see, and I finished up my first pass on that, and you can see it in the Unity scene that she has nice normals on her shirt. And it's still relatively low poly, and it shades pretty nice. This is about kind of the size that you would see her. I don't know why. This is about the size you would see her in games. So the normals and everything look really good and are shading pretty nice for that size. You're going to be able to see quite a big environment around behind her, so that you can see what's going on. So there are some normal details in her shirt that were not done in Mudbox. Basically, her shirt didn't have a fabric look and it was kind of smooth. I went into Photoshop and I'm working on a layered normal map here. So I've got a noise layer, and then I've got that fabric layer, and that was basically just using this Indu Teddy normal mapping tool, which is pretty cool. If I hit play here and run it, you'll see the tool open up here, and it just lets you basically create normal maps inside of Photoshop and paint them by hand. So what I did was I just made like a fabric pattern. You make it in black and white, and then you run that tool and it converts it to normals, and you set your normal layers to overlay, and you can basically just stack and paint and use your normals in Photoshop These base normals here are what you see that came from the Mudbox sculpt, and I haven't even went in here and painted out. I can go in here and totally, let me get a different brush here, and totally paint out all the artifacts and stuff like that. But I haven't gone in and done any of that stuff yet. So what else? Yep, this is the character in Maya. So she's relatively low poly, right? She's about 7,000 polys and about 12,000 tries. So not dense at all. And hopefully this update is the first in a series of many. And I'll keep you guys posted as time goes by.